Hi everybody, Dr. Lisa Thompson here, coming to you live outside of my home here in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. And happy Friday to you. Welcome to another edition of the Doctor is in Live. And today I was initially going to be talking about some more Twitter tips that I learned on this great Twitter training webinar I was on this past Wednesday with my good friend and Twitter marketing expert Adam Chandler. But today I'm switching gears because I've noticed something that I've seen my Facebook newsfeed just kind of blow up. Okay, they're kind of I'm seeing people having a Friday freakout. So I wanted to talk with you guys today about what to do when life hands you a lemon. All right, so today I got home early. I had not as many patients to see, so I came home, and usually when I get home from work with my practice in speech therapy, I will often start working with my website and my blog and connecting with people on social media and coaching clients. So after lunch, I'm going on my computer, and then all of a sudden I see on my Facebook news feed people are freaking out that the internet is down or certain sites. There was a big cyber attack that happened. Hi, Kitty. Glad to have you on the show. And so I went to my sites, and I realized that all the major sites that I used for my business were all down. So I was like, what's going on here? So I took the advice from my mom. Now, I've learned over the years that as I grow older, Mom was right on many things. And this was the best piece of advice my mom always gave. So, Mom, if you're ever watching this, thank you for this piece of advice. And that is, when life hands you a lemon, you make lemonade. Okay? So, what I started to do is I thought, well, I can't do anything with my business. So, I went in, and luckily, my good friend Ray Higdon and his pal Mark Hoverson, who are two top home business experts, were doing some mindset training. And Ray launched a new course with Mark where they were picking each other's brains on how to have success in your home business, what it takes to succeed. And it's a total mindset training. So I started listening to that. And that was a really great way to pass the time, and I was feeding my mind instead of sitting there and getting all caught up in this panic about the internet being down, about certain websites being down. And see, guys, you can't, life goes on without the internet, okay? Without social media. So what? Twitter's down, okay? What you need to do is now understand that you can do some other things instead of getting whipped up into a frenzy about what you can't do. You got to focus on what you can do in the present moment. So here's some other things you can do. I mean, if the weather's beautiful out in your area, go take your dogs for a walk, okay? Or go get a book. Actually sit down, grab a book, and then maybe go to the local coffee shop or go somewhere and actually read. I know if my websites aren't up by tonight, you know what? I'm just going to grab a book, and my hubby and we're going to go out somewhere, maybe to Starbucks, and we're going to order a coffee and we're going to read, okay? Doing things like that. We never threw away our DVDs when Netflix and Hulu all came around. So we might just hook up the old DVD and watch a couple movies, okay? Spend some quality time together with people. So that is some things that you can do right now where you can take control and be positive of what you're doing, okay? You don't want to sit there and be, oh, woe is me, the world is going to end. The world isn't going to end, And if it happens again, we get a hack and your websites go down, what can you learn from it, okay? And so what I learned today, and I want to just share with you really briefly, what I learned from Ray Higdon and Mark Hoverson. I'm sorry if I had a little bit of burp there. I had a little bit of hot apple cider before I went on the live show here. And that is this about comparaitis. Now, with comparaitis, what I mean by that is when we compare our success to others. And someone mentioned taking a nice nap. Yes, absolutely. Naps are good. I have found that taking a nap is vital. All right. My husband and I often joke that we created a nap app called the iNap. So, but yeah, naps are very vital too, especially if you're one of those that, gets less than 4 or 5 hours of sleep, which I recommend you shouldn't do, but you need to have naps. You can feel real energized after them. But getting back to compare-itis is, Ray and Mark had a real great take on compare-itis. And what Mark said, and it was really profound, he said, when you hear people's success, all right, when they get when they get recognized across the stage, or they are a member of the month in your organization, or they win a car bonus, or they're able to, leave their job, okay, you're only seeing the snapshots. You don't know the struggle that they went through, or how many years they had to go through some trials before they hit a trigger. That's what Mark calls it. Mark calls it a trigger that happens, which everything clicks, and the next thing you know, you're having things happen quickly. Your success just stacks on top of the other. So the way to get over compare-itis, and this is what Mark and Ray each talked about, is that they looked at when anyone had success, they said, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. Okay? And you can't compare yourself to someone who's on stage, who's a six-figure earner, wealth, has poise, they're dressed right, they're articulate, when you're first getting started, all right? Because back then, they were just like you. So what you need to do when, you have to sit and envision yourself being on stage. Ray and Mark both said too, when they were, when they heard of people making sales every day in their business, and they hit those leadership ranks, and they saw, with going to live events where people were coming up to the leaders and thanking them, they both envisioned what it was like after the sale was made. So once you've made that sale, you vision what it's like to thank people for that sale. You envision what it's like to wake up with that notification coming into your phone or email saying, hey, you just made a sale, or you just added a customer, or you added a new rep, or you hit a new leadership rank. You sit and you envision people coming up to you and thanking you for your story, how you inspired them. That's what gets you over compare-itis. And Mark and Ray say you should be visualizing at least 30 minutes a day. Mark calls it his vision. He talked about this is his personal movie that he runs every day in his mind. You have to devote that time to doing that, because if you don't, you're really putting yourself in where you're not going to believe in yourself enough. Because what happens is you have to see it in your mind first before it becomes a reality. Now think back in your life when you had something that you really wanted. Okay, and think back when you were a kid, when there was something you really wanted, maybe it was a Christmas present, maybe it was for your birthday, or maybe, you were in high school and you were saving up money to buy a car. What did you do? You visualized what the feeling that you had if you actually had it with you, okay? Like driving the car, or, playing with the toy, those feelings. And you kept thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it until all of a sudden, guess what? You found a way and you got it. Okay, so we have been programmed with this before. So that is my show for today. And I hope you got some great value from it. And if you want more info on these recordings that Mark and Ray did, Ray just launched it this weekend, and he's got a great special going on it right now. And if you want the course, what I want you to do is comment below and say, yes, I want it. And then what I will do is I will give you the link so that you can purchase it. And this is a great addition. There's like over 5 hours of training with them just talking back and forth about mindset and how this is going to help you really discover what it takes to be a true success, not only for your business, but in your life. So just leave me a comment below. And then join me tomorrow. I'm going to do my Doctor is in live on Saturday. And if everything is going up and the websites have recovered from the cyber attack, I will share with you my tips on Twitter. And if not, I'll do some more mindset of what I learned from Ray and Mark. So with that said, enjoy your Friday night. Remember, life goes on. Internet goes down. Whoop-de-doo. Make the most out of it. When life hands you 11, go out and make some lemonade. So with that said, have a great evening, and we'll talk tomorrow.